Good morning, good morning. I'm hoping this is nice and live.
I hope so too.
Welcome to episode number 5 of Breakfast with Ben and Cheryl, your weekly food for thought.
Yes.
Breakfast with Ben and Cheryl in the morning.
What?
We are coming to you, as you can hopefully see, on the road.
Yeah.
We're heading up to beautiful Chattanooga, Tennessee for a little R&R. A little bit of working too.
Yeah,
But that's okay. We got our co-pilot hanging out there in the back, Mr. Mac. Staying busy reading. What are you reading today, my man?
I'm reading like 5,000 awesome facts about everything.
5,000 awesome facts about everything.
Everything.
Well,
It
this
still says we're offline, so I don't know if this is posting or not, but we're still gonna just ramble on and see what happens. Maybe we'll just have to post this. I don't know.
Alright. So, this week's theme.
The struggle. The struggle is so real.
The struggle is real.
We hear it all the time. And we all struggle. And we just have everyone has big struggles, but then there's the daily struggles though too. It's life and kids and picking up kids and taking them to school and doing all their extracurricular activities and make sure they're getting all their knowledge and all these experiences and not, just wasting time sitting in front of a TV zoning out.
So, the struggle though is what do you mean by that? Do you mean finding enough time in the day? Letting that stuff take over? Like, I can't deal with...
Yeah, there's that, because there's life. Everyone has life to deal with, and it's on how you deal with it is what makes the difference. Like, before, we could get bogged down with, I can't focus on doing this because I have to take care of animals. I have to sweep. I have to clean. I have to do laundry. I can't waste time on myself trying to better myself, or I don't have time to sit down and listen to a podcast or read a book or improve myself in those things, or it's just, there's always those things, and I'm just saying those from my own limiting beliefs that, it's like I used to hold myself back with all those things because I can't improve myself because I have so many other things and people to take care of before myself.
But I think kind of the epiphany that we've had is, if you're not taking care of yourself and taking care of what you need to, then how are you supposed to be able to take care of others? Right.
And just like the airplanes, they're always like, when you're on an airplane, put the mask on yourself first, and then you can help other people. You can't help other people if you're hurt, or you're dragged down.
Or you're struggling.
Yeah, what was that analogy that we had talked about earlier? Going mud.
Oh. Yeah, so we're driving through, and we're in the South, so we've got big pickup trucks, big Jeeps, all those, mud and tires, all that stuff. And analogy was, all right, if you're out with your friends and you've all got your pickup trucks and you're going through the woods, you're having a good time, and you're going out mudding. And one of your friends goes along and gets stuck.
Yeah.
You're not going to just leave him out there out by himself. Nor, if you're that person, you're not going to just walk away from your truck, your baby. That's what you're putting your time into. You put your energy into. But you surround yourself with those people that help pull you out of the mud.
Yes.
And whatever that mud is, if it's life, personal, business, that struggle. But more importantly, surrounding yourself with the right people, and 5 miles down the road, one of them might get stuck,
right? And
they might need you to help pull them out.
Mm-hmm.
So and you've got to have your truck running at the best that it can to help them out. Because my truck's broke down, bro. I can't lift. I can't help you out. See ya. That's never. You want to be prepared. So it's not what's gonna happen. Stuff is gonna happen. It's how we deal with it, and being prepared enough to deal with it. we plan for idealism, but really we need to plan for realism.
So yeah, like how to overcome the struggles and how we're overcoming our own struggles is that we're finding ways to set ourselves up for success in little manageable increments, like the dishes. The dishes are kind of a pain point in our house because none of us like to wash dishes. However, if we eat a meal and one of us takes the 5 minutes to wash the dishes that it took from that meal, they're done and it's gone. And it's not 3 meals in and now, oh, I have to use a fork, oh, I just need this bowl, or oh, I need this, and now it's this mountain and it's so overwhelming, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do it now because it's going to take me like an hour to wash all those dishes, and then I got to clean the counters, and but it's all in how you deal with it. Set yourself up for success in manageable increments. It's even like dieting. Like I could never go on a strict diet, or
you never could. We have tried that.
Yes.
We're not doing carbs. Carbs are the devil.
Yeah.
We're juicing. That's all,
Get it.
And I mean, that was just setting ourselves up for failure.
Every time.
I mean, yeah, for that first week, oh, I feel great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm out with friends. I gotta eat this. I don't want to be the weird one that, doesn't eat something. So
all it takes is being better than yesterday.
And that is what it is taking that extra step.
Yep.
If
One less bite.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
If you guys have watched episode 3, I think that was the reveal where we,
Ooh.
showed our nice gluttonous past, but
Couchpreneurs to entrepreneurs.
Couchpreneurs. And people have asked us, and by no means am I a weight loss guru or fitness nut, but how did you lose weight? Well, I improved my life. I was out and more active and busier.
Just in little bits.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I was like, by next month I need to run a marathon, because that's still not happening.
No.
But it's just taking, instead of 2 pieces of pizza, have 1.
Yeah.
But, and I think to kind of tie it back to what you were saying about the struggle, and setting up the processes.
Yes.
And I've come to really realize that I'm a person that likes the processes. This one likes to set them up and list out those steps, but when it comes to implementation, and I gotta. So we were driving the other day, and we've got one of those pop-up sunshades in the car because it's Florida and it's always like 8,000 degrees, and we had pulled in somewhere. It was like later afternoon. It was shady, and I'm reaching back to put it up there, and Cheryl's like, "Well, why are you doing that? It's not going to help. It's going to start getting cooler." But it's that process. Like, I have to do that process every time. And if you're like, well, no, don't do that process this time. Well, that throws off that whole routine. When do I do it? When don't I do it? But if I just know, well, I need that extra 15 seconds every time I get out of the car.
Right. See, and I operate on efficiency.
Yeah.
Like, nope, I don't need it. I can save myself 15 seconds. Nope, I can open this door and not have to walk around this door.
Yep. See, like, that's just those, and that's where we differ, because I don't operate like that. So it's really just trying to find the best systems. And like for me, you even touched on this a little bit earlier this week, when you're talking with friends, like, what is normal?
Right.
Because for me, I really struggle with that, because we're not a normal business. While we do work 8 to 5, 8 to 6, whatever, it's not saying that we have to be at the office turnkey ready, opening the doors. So for me, like, I find it kind of therapeutic to get the house in order in the morning and get that part of my life organized before I can even go and tackle the other part of my life.
Setting yourself up for success. Because otherwise, all the stuff that you have to do is going to keep you in the mud.
Because even if there's 3 plates in that kitchen sink, when I walk by, that's all I'm going to see. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I mean, I could do them real quick. But just setting yourself up.
Yeah. It's just, and also, I do want to touch on, yes, you're going to make mistakes. Yes, things are going to go wrong. But they're all learning experiences because you have to look at them as a learning experience. If you look at them as a mistake, you can get stuck back in the mud all over again, starting to hide yourself because it's like, oh, well, if you make a mistake in front of somebody, then you're going to feel embarrassed. You're not going to feel like you're doing a good job. You're not worth it. What are you doing? You know, this is not for me. I'm in over my head. But it's allowing yourself to learn from those learning experiences so the next time you go in the mud, you're only in up to your chest. You're not in over your head.
I know this trail. I know
Yes.
if I go all the way in, I'm going to get stuck.
Right.
But if I take the outskirts, I'm going to be okay.
Maybe. There might be another smaller hole there. You don't know. But that's the things that you have. Those are the chances you have to take. But you know you have your friends to help you get out of that mud. You have the knowledge to get out of that mud because you went there in a deeper part, but now you're in a less deep part. And then you have more people around you. You have more knowledge.
Well, I mean, versus, well, just can't do that anymore. I got stuck one time.
Correct.
Nope. Selling the truck.
There you go. See? Everything is a formula. There's a formula to everything.
Well, and I think, you know, and that's one of the other epiphanies that I had this week of, there was an article that Quinn Studer released in the local newspaper, which talks about the five things he learned about continuously learning, you know.
Yes.
And one of them was trying, when you're in a negative situation, okay, what am I trying to be taught right now? You know, this morning, leaving out of town, traffic, school buses, all that fun stuff, you know, and, you know, we're trying to get out of town, so of course I could have been, but it's like, all right, I gotta have patience. There's nothing, me getting riled up, getting all fired up, getting shaking fists, what's that that's hurting me.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't care. He's just thinking, look at that idiot getting all mad.
Yeah.
So, you know, why do that?
Yeah, and it's still dealing with all those. And then we saw a bicyclist on the side of the road this morning with just one leg. You can see, and the whole point, the struggle is real. Most of the time, you can't see people's struggles. That bicyclist, you could visibly see his struggles that he has to overcome in his life, but we didn't see him struggling. Like, he was going it. Like, he was doing it. He was booking it on his bike, just riding and riding. You don't see him struggling because he's working through it. And it's all that mindset.
Yep.
He doesn't let that hold him back from enjoying the things that he loves doing and the things that he's passionate about.
It's not the stuff that comes at us, it's how we deal with it.
Yep.
And having the systems and the processes in your life is invaluable.
Yes.
And taking that time. There was a really good, I think it was an Entree Leadership. There was a segment where they're talking about how running through those processes and learning, and they related it to disaster scenarios when in this reference with an airline flight that went awry. The pilots had already mentally prepared and ran through these scenarios of if something happened and something was to go wrong, they knew which buttons to press and they were good to go. It wasn't what do we do? What do we do? And, you know, they had mentally ran through. If the landing gear doesn't work, I need to. If a bird hits the engine, I need to. And the pilot had said that they had ran through that even on the way to the flight that morning.
Right.
That's part of their process.
But the key point to that one was all the alarms were going off all at once.
That's right.
But He focused on foundation because he started flying on a little bitty Cessna plane where he had 3 things to worry about. That was it. So he actually took a breath in the midst of all that stuff, went back to his Cessna days. What are the 3 things that I need to focus on? I need to focus on this, this, and this. And that's where you start. You have to build a solid foundation to be able to overcome when there's something crisis happening all the way up on the tippy top somewhere. You got to be able to go back down to foundation and fix it from the start.
Yep. Yeah.
Powerful stuff. Mindset, struggles, everything. It's all a thing.
It is a thing.
And it is real.
So what are you guys struggling with this week? You know, we want to hear, you know, if not saying we are the gurus, but, you know, struggles are real. And I think the biggest part of this, and to bring it back to why we do this, is because you're not alone.
Yes.
You're not the only one struggling. Stuff happens. So, you know, if you can find those people to go mudding with and surround yourself with people that are wanting to help you, and in turn are looking for that help from you, then that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and if there's a struggle and you just can't see your way out of it, reach out. Like, we would love to help. We would love to maybe give you an outside perspective. Maybe you can look at it from a different way. Just that simple little tweak of a mindset, something that you can't see because you've been staring at it for so long. We'd love to help. We'd love to be that outside eye.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I want to help. You know, I see how easy it is to it's hard to switch that mindset, and it's hard every day. It's tough, but it gets easier and easier when you can find sources and resources and things to help change that mindset and get you in that right mindset.
Yes. All right. I think that's all. We've been rambling for a while.
No,
as
we're
always.
never rambling. We're not
rambling.
We're just sharing our stories and sharing our experiences. That's what we're here for, guys. So, questions, comments below. Hopefully this went live.
It didn't go live.
That's okay. We're gonna post it up now and then get it shared and everything like that.
Yes.
So, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. We really appreciate it. We will be back next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Matt, you gonna give him a wave? All right. Well, he's gonna be back in school, but we will be coming to you live. Breakfast with Ben and Cheryl, weekly food for thought.
Yep.
You guys have a great week, and we will see you next time.
Bye.